Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's vlog is something entirely different, something I've never done. It is a book review. Um so my mom gave me this punishment, my mom gave me this punishment. Crazy. She said I should read a book per week, yeah? And then I should review it by the end of the week. So I decided to turn it into a vlog. I should review it with you guys too, as I'm going to review it with her. Yes. So yes, the books I'm reading are all these motivational books like Think and Grow Rich, Eat That Frog, Limitless, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yeah. So I'm starting with Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I really have no idea how it's going to be. I read that part that we've had it for long and she has been telling me to read it and I have not. So now it's kind of compulsory since it's like a punishment or something. So yeah, I just hope I enjoy it. I do hope I enjoy it. Hello you guys. Assalamu alaikum. So today is Friday, which means my time for this book is about to expire and I'm not done with the book. But then I want to brief you guys on some things I learned and things like that. This book is amazing. It is amazing. About, let me say, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I did not like Rich Dad Poor Dad. No, like I probably hated it. I didn't really hate it, but it was because I judged a book by its cover, which you should never do. Usually when my mom brings books, I'll just be like, all these adults business books, I don't want them, so I don't read them. And even if she tries to make me read them, I just refuse, or I find a way to escape. But then now that I'm reading it, I'm actually realizing that it's in a storyline and it's not all calculation of business. But I usually just think it's business calculations and things like that, so I don't want to read them. But then this is like a business book simply written in a very easy way for people like me that don't like these kind of books, and it's really nice. So written by Robert Kiyosaki with Sharon. This book is amazing. I keep saying it. It is amazing. You need to get a copy. So you see, let's start with chapter 1. I'm just going to find a way to brief the entire thing, at least what I've learned so far, since I said I'll be doing that. So the main thing in this book, Robert Kiyosaki is telling you that people should stop telling their children, should stop giving their children the idea of you go to school, you read hard, you pass your exams, and you secure a good job. That idea is long lost. I think, like, it's like that advice is not a good advice anymore. Yes, you go to school, yes, you become illiterate, yes, you get good grades, but just putting it in your head that you should just secure a job and you should work for a company and depend on your salary is what he is saying is the bad part of the idea. So when he says Rich Dad Poor Dad, in the book he describes that he had two dads. His own dad, biological dad, and then his best friend's dad. His best friend is Mike. And then his best friend's dad is the rich dad. Robert Kiyosaki's dad is the poor dad. He is not technically poor. He's talking about middle class people that depend on salary. So his father depended on salary. He was very educated, all the degrees and master degrees and everything, but he depended on salary. While rich dad had his degree, he didn't go further to masters and things like that. But then he depended on his business and he had a lot of assets and things like that. So while poor dad will tell you to go to school, work hard, and work for a corporation, rich dad will tell you to own a corporation. You can see the difference. This book is not for only parents, it's also for teenagers, people like me. It's for whatever age. As far as you are matured enough to understand what I'm saying, then this book is for you. I'm telling you. See, what drove Robert and Mike to want to make money at the age of 9 was they went to a school where it was rich kids that went to that school. So they went to that kind of school, and then they were kind of downgraded by their fellow classmates. because they didn't have enough money, they didn't have new bicycles and new clothes and things like that. So he and Mike, that's Robert and Mike, went to meet Poor Dad, Robert's father, and told him they wanted to make money. And he was like, yes, you do well in school and then you grow up and then you become a big person, you work for a corporation and things like that. But then they were trying hard to look for how to make money at that time. So they started using different methods. So when they met Rich Dad, that was Mike's dad, who is into business and things like that, he was the one that taught them how to make money. And I think that's about chapter 1, Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's chapter 1. Chapter 2 is The Rich Don't Work for Money. Chapter 3, Why Teach Financial Literacy. Chapter 4, Mind Your Own Business. I like chapter 4 so much. I'm going to brief it too. So, Mind Your Own Business starts with a story of the owner of McDonald's, Ray Kroc, that in 1974 he was invited to give a lecture to some set of students. And after the lecture, they all went out and they invited him to like have a drink with them and all. And then he asked them a question. He was like, "What business am I into?" And then they all laughed because they felt everybody knows you're into hamburger business. I mean, you are McDonald's, you get? And then he's like, no, that is not the business he's into. You see, that's when he explained that hamburger business was not the only thing he was into. He was also into real estate and some other investments, and hamburger was not like his only source of money. And what I understand from this chapter, Mind Your Business, is if you depend on a salary job, you would never get rich because you're always waiting for month end to get that alert. And when the alert comes, everything just goes. You just start spending on this and that, and you buy what you've been trying to buy. You give this, that. You just spend, and your expenses keep getting higher. But if you are investing into other things, you gain salary, yes? So from your salary, you remove some percentage and be saving it up to invest so that you can have an asset. Yes, that's what I get from that chapter. So Robert Kiyosaki said, the rich people have assets and the poor people have liabilities. He said if you check the dictionary for the meaning of assets and liabilities, you would be more confused. And I actually haven't checked the dictionary yet. I think you should. I'll check, but I actually haven't checked dictionary for the meaning yet because I've been so engrossed in this. But then how he described it, he said asset is basically what brings in money and liability is what takes money out of you. But then the middle class have liabilities and they think they have assets and they actually don't have assets. So he explained it this way. Let's say I'm a salary earner. If I'm a salary earner, when I receive my salary, instead of spending it on every new thing I want to buy or things like that, I save up to 30% of my salary, and I save it for some months. I keep saving some percentage. So I invest it into something else. I have to take chances. A lot of your investments will fail. True. So you have to be able to take risks. So I invest it into a lot of things and money would start coming out from there. That is an asset. It is bringing in income. Assets bring income. And it's not something I can work for. I would make money work for me. He said the rich don't work for money, but they make money work for them. It means you don't have to be there. It's not like you're a job, it's a business. He said that's the difference between job and business. So technically I'm almost done, but I'm not yet done. But then I'm almost done, and I think I have briefed it to the best I can for now. Let me continue reading. And then what amazed me about this book was how, as a grown-up, Robert Kiyosaki was able to easily narrate what happened to him when he was 9 years old. I mean, I can't really remember what happened when I was few years back. I can't even remember. I can remember some parts, but like I can't really remember. But then he remembered what happened to him when he was 9 years old, and he and Sharon wrote this book. The way Sharon met him too was amazing. That was like the beginning of the book, how she met him and all. It was amazing. He was teaching people how to get out of the rat race, and he was breaking down the whole business, bulky accountant things into simple words for me and you. I mean, in Nigeria, we even know that there is a high rate of unemployment, and if you are still out there and you have this idea of I want to study and secure a job, and you are in Nigeria, I'm really wondering what job you want to secure, because that mindset is old and you should change that mindset. You should read books like this, and if you know somebody who has that mindset, please recommend this video to them. Let them watch it and realize that that mindset of theirs is old and not more working, and that advice should not be given to children. You shouldn't just grow up and get good grades and work for people. You should own the corporation, not work for the corporation. Yeah. In this chapter 3, why teach financial literacy, that was where he stated a few people, about 9 people I think, in 1923, who were rich businessmen. All ended up badly. 2 ended up in prison, 1 committed suicide, the other one became a drunkard. They were all rich people. The other one died and they realized that he was living in debt for the past years and things like that. Why? Because they were not able to manage their money properly. When the money comes in, they spend it. They are rich, yes, so they just spend everything, and then when anything happens to their business, for example, business usually crashes from time to time. So when their business crashes down, they don't have anything to depend on, and they are used to spending, so they keep borrowing and borrowing. They take loans, they are now in debt, and they get depressed. So there's this really nice quote by Sharon Lecha. I don't know whether the pronunciation is correct, but it's Sharon, the person that wrote the book with Robert. Today we are facing global and technological changes as great or even greater than those ever faced before. No one has a crystal ball, but one thing is for certain: changes lie ahead that are beyond our reality. Who knows what the future brings? But whatever happens, we have 2 fundamental choices: play it safe or play it smart by preparing, getting educated, and awakening your own and your child's financial geniuses. Sharon Lecha. This is beautiful. I know if I like this book so much, and I know if my mom is watching this video, she's going to be like, I told you so. I told you to go and read this book. So yes, for me, thank you for telling me to go and read this book, because I've learned so much from it and I'm ready to share it. And yeah. So the next book I'm reading, I'm not done with this, but I think I should give you guys a hint on the next book I'm reading. Or no, I'm not going to give you guys a hint. Just follow me. You would see the next book.